Welcome to the Murfreesboro.com podcast, where we talk about all things Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Join host John I. Carey, his co-host Jonathan Harmon, and producer Trent Denson as they talk about all the great things happening in our city. From construction updates to local business spotlights to all the amazing events happening in our community. Listen in for all you need to know from Murfreesboro.com. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome back to Murfreesboro.com podcast. John I. Carey here with co-host
Jonathan Harmon.
There you
Did
go.
you forget my name?
No, I was going like this, hoping you were going to do it. And then producer.
Producer Trent here.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And I'll speak for Jeff. Jeff over there.
Shouts to Jeff,
Hi,
as
Jeff.
always.
One of these days,
He
we're going to
hates
just
us, by the
pull
way.
you over here.
And it's not. I don't have good odds on that one.
No, we're going to lose that one.
Do you guys remember the movie The Replacements?
Yes.
Yes.
And the kicker, he
Yes.
was like, "I'm wiry." Yeah.
Dude, I love that movie.
That was such a good flick.
That's a great movie. Hey, how was your weekend? How was Father's Day?
Happy Father's Day to both of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank
And
you.
you, Jeff.
And
That's
Jeff.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was good. Yeah. We actually kind of sad, kind of happy note. We went up to Pennsylvania, where my dad's family's all from, and we buried my grandfather. And anyway, it was kind of a bittersweet. He's 91, you know.
Heck of a
Lived a
life.
good life.
Yeah.
Oh my
Great
word!
life.
That man he worked at a potato chip factory. He opened a fish market.
Love it.
I mean, like,
Oh, that's awesome.
and everything in between. He
Fish
was
and
a
chips.
cop. He was a judge. He
What?
was. I'm telling you. I mean, how do you cram all that into a life?
Man.
Right?
A
So-
cop and a judge. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people can say that.
And potato chips.
And a potato
fish
chip.
market. And a drugstore. And a real estate office.
Wow.
And a used car dealership. And
Jeez Louise.
That's incredible.
Man of
Yeah.
many talents right there.
Shouts
yes.
to your grandfather, man.
That's right. Well, good. I'm glad it
Yeah.
had a wonderful weekend. It was just kind of a easy.
You
take it
had
easy
a good weekend.
Yeah. New whip.
Well, you know,
New whip game.
well, thanks to, I say
Shameless
thanks.
plug?
Yeah, shameless plug. Auto collection. Thank you guys out
Yeah,
there.
there you go.
They know I like a certain car, and they had one.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
Got you. I got you. Easy
Made him an
money,
offer he
easy-
can refuse.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Well,
it.
I really had to kind of, with the whole, I was in an
Right.
accident 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, and not my fault.
Yeah.
Not my fault, I will say.
We've documented that.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got to document that.
Yes, I have to put that out
Yeah.
there. So, so anyways, it was,
Pretty low key.
Yep.
Good Father's Day.
yeah, just kind of treat it like another day. We did have a real nice cookout.
Nice.
Steak and shrimp.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That sounds
surf and
delicious.
turf.
Heck yeah.
But I'm just going to jump to it because I know we are.
A little
apologize
short
for-
on time.
Yeah, we're
today.
short on time today.
And there's a lot
Busy
here.
day. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot here.
Yeah, the city just released their new budget. Yay.
Yay.
So, but we figured we'd talk about some of these points because we know a lot of people, a lot of these points pertain to a lot of the questions that we get.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this now. Y'all, please, watching and listening, don't shoot the messengers.
That's right. Just the messengers.
Just the messengers. But
Don't shoot anybody.
Yeah, don't shoot anybody for that
let's-
note, yeah.
no shooting.
no shooting. But at least in the budget, it does say down here at the, wherever I can find it here. Basically, it says the city is first and foremost a service provider, so a big chunk of their budget goes towards employees in the workforce. There's 1,041 full-time employees and 439 part-time employees, and they're currently actually looking to add about another 80. It says employees to that roster,
Nice.
mostly through police and fire department.
Cool.
So, But speaking of police and fire department, priority one: maintain public safety.
Well, so and just so everybody knows,
off
what
the
we're
bat.
looking at right here is the press release,
Mm-hmm.
and it lists 5 priorities,
Yep.
specific priorities that are reflective of the budget. That
Yep.
says, you know, this is why we made the budget like we did. It's based
Yep.
on these top 5 priorities.
Yep. Each priority has about 6 or 7 bullet points under it.
And I would like to just kind of, if we can, just look at the 5, name
Yeah.
the 5 priorities, and then we can dive into
Sure,
those.
let's do
Is
it.
that cool?
Yeah.
So in order here, priority number 1, and you just said this, is maintain public safety.
Yep.
And we'll come back around to what each of these are. Priority number 2 is responsible budgeting. Okay.
Sounds good.
So far, I can't argue with any of those,
That
right?
sounds good.
Right, yeah.
Priority 3 is expand infrastructure. So we're growing a lot.
Yep.
That makes sense too, right? Priority number 4, improve economic development, which
Okay.
the city plays a huge role in attracting those higher paying
Right,
jobs.
Oh, yes.
Right.
And then just at its core, and then we'll dive into the details here. And number 5 was the one that really spoke to me. I preach this a lot, and that is establish a city brand.
Yeah, I love that one.
You know, for a long, long time, Murfreesboro has been like, oh, well, we're not Nashville and we're not Williamson County.
Right.
But what are you? Yeah.
But that's what we're not.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like, okay, Murfreesboro has a lot to offer. And I think that we need to really get that message out, not necessarily attract more people, but at least say that we're a viable, attractive place to be.
Yeah.
Right? We all
That's
know
a good
that.
way to put it.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I like that. All right. So on that note,
Right.
let's dive in.
All right. Priority 1, maintain public safety. This one, now I'm just, again, people, y'all, please don't shoot the messengers. The one that really stood out for me on this one is, now, y'all listen to this bullet point. It says, 2 crime data analysts to monitor a future public safety fixed and mobile camera system, which is $750,000, in a, quote, real-time crime data center to combat violent crime.
Man.
Lots of cameras going up. Lots and lots of
Not
cameras.
sure,
Interesting.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, it's like traffic cameras or on buildings or a combination thereof.
Well, it says to combat violent crime.
That
so
sounds like some China stuff. I don't mean to get too controversial, but
I'm interested in that. I want to see more about that plan. What is like, where are they placing them? Are they looking at some kind of heat map basically and says, look, here's our worst areas?
That would be my
crime-wise?
guess. Yeah, because they actually, I saw one on the way over here. They've got those mobile, the police, they tow it behind the trailer, and it's that big giant boom with the camera on it. It was in the parking lot. On my way over here, I apologize, I can't remember which parking lot, but I remember seeing it.
It's been on the square for a while.
Yeah, they had one on the square, and they had one over at Barfield Park for a long time, but it catches, a lot of stuff we don't see. So.
Well, and I don't remember what it was called, but there was a study years and years and years and years ago where they said if we turn the lights up or down, what light level affects productivity in a warehouse, right?
I've actually seen that, yeah.
And I promise this ties in.
Yeah.
And what they found was when they turned the lights up, productivity went up. When they turned the lights down, productivity went up again. And then when they turned the lights up again, productivity went up even further.
oh wow.
Okay.
And so the conclusion was the lights had nothing to do with it, but the fact that
Slow, I'm sitting there thinking like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
You're like, wow,
but,
okay.
but the fact that people were being watched,
Yeah.
right, affected their
Gotcha.
behavior.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
I thought you were like going to go back to like the Walmart example and how Walmart has done studies about like what light to put, so people walk slower through the store and therefore they buy more.
Well,
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
and all kinds of stuff. You gotta love it.
Yep.
The third one I thought was really good. Acquisition of body cameras for all certified officers. I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
No,
Definitely support that.
Yep.
Kind of thought it
with
was
you on
in
that
place already, but
So did I, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was to an extent. I don't know. But this one says all certified officers. So maybe now they're just going to give
very
everybody.
much in favor of that one.
Yep. I am.
And I would say that officers probably are as well. I mean, in this day and age,
I think so. Totally.
Two-way
accountability.
street always. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah. But then we
else
got,
we got?
they're going to build a new communications tower to help with the emergency services. That's just going to help communication go better and faster and clearer. So supported that one.
Yep.
They have one here. It says they're going to provide an in-house emergency medical technician for the officers for between 40 and 50 personnel. So
Interesting.
in-house EMT people.
Okay.
I guess it's going to help, if they go out on a call, somebody's there right there on the spot.
Gotcha.
Something like that.
Yeah, and a lot of police forces are doing that where they'll have an EMT as an officer.
That's smart. Yeah.
Just, I mean,
That's smart.
you know, how many times does the fire truck show up for stuff that's not fire?
necessary.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
because they have EMTs.
Right.
Yeah.
You go.
Yep. And then
Cool.
This is the final bullet point on that one. I love it. It says continue installation of security cameras, ... And there's a bunch of points, but
Gotcha.
more cameras.
More cameras.
More
More
cameras,
monitors.
more
Okay.
monitors, yeah.
All right. Probably necessary. That's all right.
But is it true? I remember hearing something. It was like, at least from the downtown square, you can go up to it's like a mile radius or something, or 2 mile radius of the downtown square, and it's like you cannot. There's cameras at every spot at every different angle to catch you, no matter where you go. I thought that was interesting.
I've not heard that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I heard that a long time ago, and I was like, wow. Well, like you said, it wouldn't surprise me. So, but it's just with private security cameras and everything. It's like the movies. Tap into the camera on such and such street, you know, whatever. Boom, they got you.
Well, thankfully, just being an idiot is not illegal. So if I've ever been out there and you've been watching, I apologize.
I apologize.
Same. There's several times. Probably not my best work out there on some of these cameras.
I swear it wasn't me. I'm sorry.
It's just dancing, man.
That is creative dancing. I'm expressing myself.
I thought we were supporting the art.
Oh, that's all. Oh, gosh. And that
great.
leads us to priority 2, responsible budgeting.
Okay. I feel like that's pretty important.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So
Point 2 of the budget is to keep the budget responsible.
basically,
like
what
it.
it looks, that's pretty much what it looks like. There's like, 7 different bullet points here. But each one is to basically make each part that they're talking about better.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Look at number 3 there. Pursue revenue-producing projects at a greater pace by continuing to pursue economic development opportunities such as tourism, tournaments, golf, and tennis sponsorships and special events.
Yep.
So basically, they're saying, "Hey, man, we got facilities.
Let's do events.
We need more
Hey.
usage."
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that and like let's talk about revenue. Never mind. I'm jumping ahead. I'm going to shut up on that one. I jumped way too far ahead on that one. Sorry.
That's good.
Back it up.
All right.
Okay. But and then it's talking about assessing the solid waste fees because of with some of the pushback they had on the landfill and trying to make it bigger. So they're going to assess that and try and figure out what to do from that.
But they're not going up on those.
No, it still says same price.
That's good.
$7.50 per month per can residential and $30 per month for commercial.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yep. That's kind of it in a nutshell is what it looks like on that one.
They did specifically that last bullet point, develop best long-term management of proceeds from the sale of the electric department with the advice from Community Investment Study Group. Says proceeds from the sale have not been earmarked nor use of the proceeds identified. So I know that was a huge lightning rod conversation when they sold the electric company.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a lot of folks who were like, "Oh, they've already, done whatever with whatever park or whatever, And according to this, and I don't think they're lying to us, it's not. They don't know what they're going to do with it yet.
Yeah, I got you. That's a big chunk of cash sitting there.
It was a big chunk, and I don't mind them just sitting on it, honestly.
Make sure they use it right. Yeah.
Yeah. No need to get in a hurry with it.
Yeah, well, especially if they're holding it in some kind of fund or something. I mean, the interest that can generate. I mean, that was a couple $100 million or something, right? So
Dang. Wow.
it was up there. But anyways,
Number 3.
number 3, expand infrastructure. This is one I'm sure a lot of people are going to like, or not like.
Fix the traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Get that every day. And for the record, I do want to just put this one out there because we get a lot of messages. Thank you, Trent, for the light bulb moment. Everybody, do we get messages every day about people asking, with Costco and the expanding of that road from 24, right where Costco is, exit 80 right there from New Salem, from 24 down to Cason Lane is like phase 1.
Yeah.
And they were talking about finishing that by August.
Wow.
I don't know if that's if they're going to
roads and stuff.
that part, yeah. And then I don't know if that's right
That's
on the corner.
2 months, yeah.
That is aggressive. And I drove through there maybe a week ago, and I'm like,
Does that look like 6 weeks of work?
Well, see, they said August, and I was like, wait,
That's-
this year? Next year?
2022.
Which one are you talking about? But then phase 2 was from Cason Lane further out towards Rockville. And then phase 3, they're going to come back to the beginning where they were and go up Church Street.
Wow.
Or, excuse me, not Church, New Salem. So from that spot.
Yeah.
And widen that. So that's
a lot.
So just putting that out there for everybody who asks. That's
well,
phase
and
breakdown.
here's the other thing to remember. And when we had Mayor McFarland on here, and I've also heard it from Mayor Reed in Smyrna, is that just because a road exists in Murfreesboro doesn't mean that it is a Murfreesboro city responsibility.
That was the first.
road,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You've got city, you've got county, you've got state.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Didn't he say?
Yeah, it was like the 4 biggest ones in Murfreesboro.
Yes.
State roads.
Cason Lane was one.
Yeah. Thompson.
Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea
Old
those were
Fort,
state
yeah.
roads.
exactly.
I didn't either. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Like 96, right? I mean, all of 96.
Yeah, right, all the way down.
It's a pretty big road.
they always say follow the money. Well, you also kind of got to follow the money the other direction and say, okay, why hasn't Murfreesboro done blah, blah, blah? Well, it's not their road. in some of the cases.
Man, that
was actually, I remember when he said that,
Me
I was
too.
like, well, that makes a lot of sense. And I was, well, I mean, when you explain it like that, but I was like, well, why can't we go in and do that? It's in our city. Come on.
Yep.
But
Doesn't matter.
And then the state just kind of does it on their own agenda, it sounds like.
right.
And it's a matter of who pushes hardest and what they prioritize and all of that.
Yeah, it'd be nice when they, Casey Lane's when they're going to widen and keep going from there. But
And the good news is from the state's perspective, we are a huge boon to the state's growth.
Exactly.
So we are getting a little more attention in Rutherford County than maybe some other places that that are stagnant.
Yeah.
Yep. But
all right, let's talk expand
yes,
infrastructure
there we go.
again.
Bullet point 3.
Look at number 1 there, and this is new. I've not heard of this. Design work on a central transit center near downtown Murfreesboro, with construction anticipated to begin in early fiscal year 22, with $5.5 million budgeted from 80% federal, 10% state, and 10% local. So, is this talking about like a bus terminal?
it doesn't say specifics on that one.
Central Transit
Sounds like it.
It does sound like it. Are they expanding Rover? Maybe.
Oh, they might. I don't know.
I don't know. This is a question for our elected officials.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
Chime in. Sorry. What is this?
What are y'all
this
doing?
mean?
Answer now.
Yeah, that's right. We know you're watching.
That's
Trent, I love the voice of reason over here. So what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Get your
What does
stuff
that
together.
mean?
Answer me.
Oh, that's good. Man,
Oh
I
my
saw.
God.
Speaking of that, I saw something about a really early map of Nashville, and it was designed to have a like MARTA system like Atlanta, and we've just never done it. So I think
Murfreesboro had one.
yeah,
Really?
I mean, it makes
I didn't know
sense
that.
like the way it's laid out and all the things. I'm like, man, that's crazy. It was like from way back in
Yeah.
the day, and it was like predicting this to handle some of these issues that we're dealing with. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Well, I loved it when they presented the whole the train idea or whatever
Yeah.
from Murfreesboro to Nashville.
24
And,
yeah.
I was like, that would.
Dude,
and they're
I
talking
would-
about how much money it would cost and this and that. And I was like, do you know how fast you'll make
Yeah.
that back? How many people won't want to drive?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the problem always when you implement a system like that is that, and especially Nashville, it's not centralized. Right. I mean, you got downtown Nashville.
right.
And then you got all the gazillions of other
Well,
things
yeah.
around it. So, I mean, getting to downtown Nashville is not necessarily the problem.
That's true.
So, it's got to be a pretty comprehensive, pretty robust
Yeah,
system
that'd be- yeah.
to get that to work. And you think about Atlanta, you got MARTA, but you got
All those other ones.
tons of buses.
Yeah.
And your route to work might be get from this train to this train, and then this train to
hop
this
on
train,
MARTA,
and then
yeah.
go on this bus, and then take this, and it's like,
That's a lot. Yeah.
yep.
so it's
Actually,
a lifestyle
yeah,
adjustment.
That's true.
All right, let's look at improve economic development.
Okay.
It is amazing how much the average person might look at something and say, "Oh, this business is coming to Murfreesboro, right? This headquarters is coming to Murfreesboro." That doesn't happen by accident.
No.
No.
There's a
Our
lot
I would say shout out
of
to the
work.
chamber
Yes.
workforce
Yeah.
development people over there.
There's a lot of work that goes into getting a company to even look at you,
Right.
Yeah.
And then even more work to get them to say, "That's
Right.
us."
Yep. I know these are just kind of a continuation of that. I know and we lost out on these two. I think Atlanta, or one of them was there. Anyways, Murfreesboro has been on the radar for some huge companies.
massive.
Like Harley looked at putting a headquarters out here. I think Starbucks at one point looked at putting a headquarters out here. Google looked at putting a hub out here.
Yeah.
But then obviously with the stuff Google did in Nashville, they didn't need it. So,
Right.
But I was like, me personally, I was like, bring on Harley. Yeah, I want some Harley. All right. Some Harleys. But yeah, to the shout out to the workforce development people over at the chamber. They're the ones doing a lot of that reaching out and contacting these people.
That's
there's
got to be a pretty fun job.
Right?
And pretty crazy, too.
I was going to say, I can imagine some frustration and
Yeah.
some major ups and major
Yeah,
downs.
for sure.
But I mean, they work in conjunction with the county, with the city, with the other municipalities,
Yeah.
depending on where that is coming. It's a lot to coordinate.
For sure.
Yep, definitely. But the economic development that talks about improving the airport, the local airport, the terminals, and things like that.
That new TDK hangar's pretty slick.
It literally just mentioned this on here. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we got to make it over there.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a cool place to.
It would be.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, private jet. Come on, guys.
I know, right?
Let's
God,
do
what
a
are we
pod
thinking?
from 30,000 feet.
That'd be awesome. As we look out the window over here on our left, there's Murfreesboro.
All right, now this is the one I'm most excited about. So priority number 5.
Yeah, we got
Are we ready to move to that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
this is
You guys are talking about private jets, and I'm like, come on, let's establish a brand.
establish a brand.
Yeah.
Boring.
Boring. What is this crap? I don't know. Well, I like what you said earlier when we were talking about it, how, Nashville has its own brand, Atlanta has a brand, all that stuff. And then with Murfreesboro, talking about, well, we're not Nashville, we're Murfreesboro. Okay, well, what exactly is Murfreesboro? And that's kind of what they're going for to establish that brand. And I mean, even comparing us to Williamson County to Franklin or Brentwood, everybody think about this. Other than wealthier people and much more expensive houses, right? What is the first thing you think of when you think about Williamson County? Great schools. Anybody's schools. You're right. Yeah.
Let me tell you what you're thinking.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But when you look at when you look at the state report cards, you know that we're second.
Yeah.
And it's not by a lot. Like we're pretty daggum good schools. They've just done a better job of branding that.
Yeah.
And, you also think about leisure activities and all, golf courses and greenways and parks and all that stuff. Well, guess what?
We're right there.
We're right there. We've just not done as good a job of branding that.
Yeah.
So I think we have a lot to offer that it's almost like Middle Tennessee's best kept secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I agree.
Maybe a good thing.
Trent's like, well,
Devil's
The
advocate.
people out there listening, shut up, guys. Stop talking.
don't tell anybody.
Keep it quiet.
Okay, so provide public access to the GIS system.
That's pretty amazing.
That's-
Have you ever gotten a deep dive on that?
Oh man,
No.
It is insane.
Is it really?
you can dive for a long time.
Man, it's wild. The John Hoshite with Murphy, what is it? The Tech Council, and me and my dad got to meet with this guy that was doing one of the main guys that updates all that stuff. Man, he gave us like a little tour of the system. It was insane. I mean, it is thorough to say the least.
Thorough.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to see their server farm. Have you seen the server farm they have here in Murfreesboro?
It's a data center, yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, it looks like the most unassuming building of all time, and it's like $1 billion.
I know, and the crazy thing is, it's right smack in the middle of town where you would never get what I won't mention where it's at. But
I was like, do you remember Christmas?
yeah, I know. Yeah, right. But no, that data center, and it's got
It's so cool.
And did you go outside with him? And he showed those giant, massive diesel motors, and he's like, we have 6,000 hours worth of power if the city ever goes out. And I'm like, Jesus.
So this is interesting. It says providing excellent assistance to visitors to city's various departments. So in opening Cedar Glade, we have dealt with multiple departments. And I would say, if we were out of 5 stars, I'd say I'd give them a solid 4 out of 5. Which
with the process of all that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some frustrations, but a lot of that is due to my own ignorance. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But as far as assistance and patience and knowledge and that kind of thing, they've been great.
That's
and
awesome.
then once I've had my ducks in a row, they've been pretty efficient about getting stuff together.
Super exciting.
So that's good, and I'm glad to see that that's a continuing thing. You don't really think about government and public, what's the word, customer service. Right. Like that typically is stereotypically doesn't work together.
Nope.
And then this one's interesting. I'd love to hear more about this one. It says welcoming new city residents, including those in newly annexed areas.
Okay.
I wonder what that looks like. Do they send them a little gift basket?
I was just like, here's a welcoming package, or how's that work?
I like that, though. Whatever. I'd like to hear more about that, too.
Yeah, that's interesting. And
I like the next one. Shout out Murfreesboro.com. Utilize social media for public notification and
What's that line item?
and public participation in city projects. Murfreesboro.com.
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Can you get more branded than that?
Hey, see, exactly. Well,
It literally is the brand.
yes, I love it.
Is that a 2 comma line item or no? Let's go.
Love it.
Be the
Trent,
best podcast of all time.
What's that last one? This is good. Brand Murfreesboro Parks and Rec Department's award-winning parks, facilities, and programs in an effective marketing campaign, utilizing effective visual and social media campaigns. So I'm gonna just throw this out there. I love City of Murfreesboro. I have a membership to Patterson Park, which is also Sportscom.
Yep.
Their websites are terrible.
Yes,
I mean, they're not even
exactly what you're talking
They're
about.
not even okay. They're terrible.
Yeah.
And they're not the same.
Yeah.
So even though they're the same type of facility,
Yeah.
It's
they're
a different
Patterson's-
platform, or it's just
they're
like
just-
they're done. Yeah,
they're just different. And it's
Yeah.
like I can't figure out when to go to yoga.
just want to stretch.
Where's my hot yoga class?
When do I go to yoga?
Just stretch. I'm so
When is
stressed
the
out.
pool open?
Yeah, yes,
for
the
the
pool.
kiddos.
Yeah.
We get that all the time. Hey, when's the pool open? When's the
Because
pool
you
open?
can't find it on
Exactly.
the friggin'
No,
website.
you can't. Yep, you're right.
So yeah, that would be great for you guys to streamline that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Hey, maybe we could shout out to Borough Business Labs. We could maybe
There you
link
go.
them up. They could
Oh, there you
I'll
go.
give them a little plug.
That boy.
They've helped us.
So overall, I think it looks. I mean, we didn't get into the numbers themselves, but priority wise, if they meet those 5 priorities, I think it's going to be good.
Sounds very solid overall. I'll give them a good overall grade. A couple of things I'd be like but that's it. Pretty sure that's everybody.
Oh yeah, no, there were a few things on here we at least won't touch on today.
Yeah,
for
we'll
that,
skip
so,
those.
yeah. But overall, I mean, that's pretty much
This
it
is
in a
public. Where
nutshell.
can people find this? Do you know?
Murfreesboro.com.
Hey,
right on the homepage.
There it is. Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
nice.
I believe I put it on the homepage. Yeah.
Nice,
If not,
okay.
I will before this is
Okay.
over.
All right.
So
That's
and
awesome.
here's one other little tidbit. So the overall budget is
I think it says 208.4 million general fund budget. Is what they
Okay.
call it.
And it says that for this year, it was a $4.2 million increase. So, I mean, that sounds like a lot of money, but in that size, it's not a very big increase. And given the increase in labor and materials for just about everything,
Yeah. Right.
that's a pretty decent.
Well, wasn't it? It's I can't remember what the state budget was this year. I know this, comes from, but it was, in the billions or whatever at the state. So we're getting a small little piece of that. What is it? 95 counties. It's got to be split
That's right.
across, but still, I mean, that's a healthy budget that we could do some good stuff with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good
Exciting
job,
times.
City of Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go. Sweet.
Now let's execute.
Yeah,
We need to get some of our council members on here
we
to
do.
address some specific things. So here's the invitation, council members.
Council members.
Looking at you guys.
Yeah.
And girls. And we'd love to have y'all on here. And if you've got a special one of those 5 priorities that's kind of your thing that you advocated for, we'd love to pull you on and talk about that. I'm not going to name names, Ronnie Martin.
Yeah, you
Sean,
beat me
right?
to it.
Yeah.
I was like, I know a few of them that would probably come up.
Mr. Shacklet. But anyway, Miss Scales.
Sean Wright.
Yeah, Sean Wright. Oh, man,
All
I had
the
to
squad-
stretch.
I know. It's
Yeah.
weird how
That's
that
a good
happens.
Stretch. There you go.
But if any of you guys want to come on, we'd love to have you.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, come on, guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got to make this happen.
We were going to say we'd love to have you. We will have you.
Yeah.
That's,
Come on in. Come on in.
You
Water's
will
fine.
be here.
That's right. But if there's any, for those watching and listening, if there's any specific points you want us to go over in a little more detail with the budget, just comment below and let us know. We can do that in the next one. But today we just wanted to kind of touch on the overall, just give people an idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
So,
That was good.
yeah, that was a good one. All right, cool.
Thanks,
Well,
guys.
Yeah, thank you all for watching and listening as always. We appreciate it. See you next week.